Hello everyone, it's Blazer here for a late games I bought video for January 2025, and I'm going to be saying late because there were purchases I've made all through January, but I have been forgetting to post them on my Facebook channel about what I purchased, about all the things I've been purchasing recently. Again, the amount of PS5 games I've got going on my PlayStation, on my new PlayStation 5 system, that's going on. I got PlayStation 5 games to deal with, and I've been working on top 10s or so the past couple of weeks. Yeah, so it's been a little bit of a headache for me, but I'm trying to get around to doing as much stuff as I can. But either way, I'm going to talk about the games I bought recently throughout January, and hopefully by the time I've uploaded this video, you would have seen my purchases of January on my Facebook channel. Just cut me some slack, guys. I'm doing my best here. But anyway, I'm going to talk about the games I purchased recently throughout January, and including some accessories that I'm starting to hunt down for my new PS5 system. And I'll just give my quick thoughts on them and talk about my future plans and such. So I'm just gonna get this over and done with overly as quickly as I possibly can. So either way, let's get on with the first one, which I'm gonna start with the games. And the first game is, I purchased Oculus Trip: Hellbound and Debrief. This is a remaster of the original Oculus Trip game that was on the PlayStation Portable that was only in Japan. We have the sequel, Oculus Trip: Undead and Undressed, which was actually Oculus Trip 2, if you do your research. So to celebrate the 10-year anniversary of Oculus Trip, they give us the remaster for the PS4 and also the Nintendo Switch. And I tried this only for an hour, and yeah, it works on my PS5. And my first impressions is that the English dub voice acting is really piss poor, very weak. But it does have Japanese voice acting, which I'll probably just go for instead when I play this game for real. And I only play just as far as just me messing around in Akihabara and getting lost. Yeah, like immediately. That's nah. But considering I loved Oculus Trip Undead and Undressed, and I played it on the PS3, and I got the PS4 version of Oculus Trip Undead and Undressed, and as well as the PS Vita version of it, I plan to go through those and do the Platinum Trophy run on it. Just as well do a Platinum Trophy run on this one once I understand what to do on it. It's a much difficult game compared to the Oculus Trip Undead and Undressed. And I also got Oculus Beat as well, which I bought years ago. But that one isn't like an entirely different thing altogether, which makes it more of a spin-off. And the next game I bought this was more or less a recent game I just purchased today, in fact, and it is Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Siege, which is a multiplayer focused game about tactical combat, and where you build things and you pick a squad or operative, and you put up a little barrier and you try to tactically take out the enemy team before they get the shot in on you. And it's supposed to be very realistic. Then, like, once you're shot, you're down. I have yet to play this or give it a test out to see if it works, but oh well, I'll give it a try sometime. I'll give it a chance. I'll give it a try once I give myself a chance to. And now we got on the Game Boy Advance, Golden Sun: The Lost Age. I have the original Golden Sun on Game Boy Advance. I recently picked this up boxed, and it was one of the Game Boy Advance games I just suddenly seen on CEX, and I immediately had to pick this up before someone else got it before me. And now I have the game that follows on from it, Golden Sun Book 2: The Lost Age, which is the follow-up from the original. The original Golden Sun follows Isaac, Garrett, I know that's Ivan and Mia. I think the Ice adapt is. Yeah, so it follows that. So the original Golden Sun follows Isaac. The second Golden Sun game, Golden Sun: The Lost Age, follows Felix, and it just follows, yeah, after the final fight with Saros and Minardi, which was at the end of the first Golden Sun. And I can remember playing the original Golden Sun back on emulators, and back when I played this on an emulator, and I actually really enjoyed Golden Sun 1. And it was a game that my nephew introduced me to, and I actually got into it really well that I actually dedicated myself to playing through it. And then I went into playing the sequel, Golden Sun: The Lost Age, and I did get reasonably far into it on emulators as well. But then I had PC trouble, and I got up to the part where I found, this guy who was in jail for a crime he didn't commit, and somebody else and you have to track down this guy who actually who committed the crime and bring him to justice. Piers, I think his name was, the guy who was in jail, and I think Briggs was the guy who got Briggs in jail, imprisoned. Yeah, you have to take down Briggs or something. Find him and or something. Yeah, that's about as far as I ever made it. I never got that far to actually know what happens after you find out that it was Briggs who caused all of this. Yeah, and I don't think I fought him as a boss either. So yeah, Golden Sun, I'm absolutely happy that I've gotten the 2 Golden Sun games. Now I need the Game Boy. Now I need the DS one to finish the trilogy. And then lastly, this is another most recent purchase. And this was one I was on and off about for a while, and I'd done a video on it, and done a rambling on it recently, and I rambled about it. And here it is again. Tales of Graces F remastered on both the PlayStation 4 and the PlayStation 5. It'll give me both the PlayStation 4, the PlayStation 5 digital upgrade download option, but I also got the physical copy, so I can play the physical version of it when I'm ready. Because I'm going to do the PlayStation 4 version of it first, and then after I've platinum trophied it, I'm playing the PlayStation 5 version after. And I can't wait to dig myself into it. I've talked about that this, and I talked about that this remaster is the definitive way to play Tales of Graces, even though you may have already played this game on the PlayStation 3. But alas, this is your way of being able to play it. And on the PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5, you got the updated frame rate, you got quality of life improvements, such as turning off random encounters if you just want to breeze through the game without encounters bothering you. You got destination icons, you can retry from regular battles if you get killed. In regular enemy encounters. It has costumes from all the DLCs, minus a few costumes like Hatsune Miku and maybe a few anime inspired TV show anime costumes due to like licensing. But alas, this is the definitive way to being able to play Tales of Graces. But of course, it has the Japanese voice acting, which makes it a total plus for me, because the English dub for the PlayStation 3 version of it was horrendously bad. So at least we got the Japanese voice acting, which I'm going to be playing for both these new versions, which makes it all the more for me. But I hope in future we do see more of these Tales remasters, especially for older Tales games like the Tales of Destiny remake, and hopefully also a modern release for Tales of Pantasia that make it onto new platforms, considering they're lost as far as the PS1 or the Super Nintendo. And I don't care if Tales of Pantasia, the version they bring for modern platforms, is a version is the Game Boy Advance version that they bring out for the Nintendo Switches online. Any version of Tales of Pantasia, I'd be happy with. So that is going to be a hopeful big ol' hope to see in the future. Now then, we got some accessories to talk about. We got these. We got this. We got this. We got this. And we got this, and also this one. There we go. So I've been buying a bunch of accessories for my new PlayStation console, my new PlayStation 5 console. I've been wanting to get some stuff that is going to be beneficial for my PlayStation 5 gaming setup. So I've been thinking of like a new stand. I've been thinking of like a controller charger, or a USB hub, or some extra new thumb grips. Yeah, I've been thinking on a lot. And this month I bought, firstly, a USB hub 2.0. It actually has 3 standard USB slots and 2 USB-C slots, and this one sticks into the USB-C slot of your PlayStation 5. So let's go over here. Here it is. Plug this in, and it sits on the front end of your PlayStation 5. So you have technically 5 USB slots, but it's just basically 3. And that lights up when the PlayStation 5 turns on. So, yeah, pretty neat little thing I got there. So, alright, back here, I've also got a controller stand, charging stand. This is what I recently got from my brother Simon. And yep, this is a charge stand. It connects through standard USB, and I plug this at the back of the console, and you can sit your DualSense like so. You can stand it like that, and you can see it charge up. I just press the button there, activate, to turn it. Yeah, and these things there light up there, to let you know it's charging. And this looks like and this third party one I got here looks like an official one. Looks like the official Sony one, the ones that Sony officially licensed to you. So yeah, that's one of them I got, and I'm actually happy I got this. I leave this unplugged because I have my DualSense just sitting there, and I usually have my DualSense right here completely charged in with a USB-C cable, which I'm currently using. So yeah, so that's a good thing. So that's how I use it. So anyway, here's the other thing I also picked up. I also picked up some thumb grips. I picked up a set of 2 GTX Pro thumb grips. And these are absolutely some of the best thumb grips I've ever felt. These are some of the greatest thumb grips I've gotten. It comes with, when you buy one set of these, it comes with one small one and one big one. So I bought 2 of these so I can have 2 big ones and 2 little ones, so I can put them on the left and right side of my DualSense or DualShock 4, whatever. Or just any controller that can fit these on it. So really fantastic. And it also comes with 2 sets of these little triggers. One for the R2 button and one for the L2 button. And I've actually got this set up on my DualSense, and I actually have another set in on my Switcom controller as well. Yeah, I got it set up on here as well, and they really feel really comfortable, especially on here. This right here feels really exceptional. Really exceptionally comfortable. I absolutely really like these, and I want to get another set of these just so I can set it up on my Pro controller, which I recently picked up, and I'll talk about that in a moment. So yeah, that's cool. I got my DualSense set up and some new thumb grips, and I also recently picked up a nice new USB-C cable into USB into USB-C cable, and this is a 3-meter one, and it's a really long one. I figured, yeah, I'll get a big one like this, but I also want to get a 2-meter a spare 2-meter USB-C to USB-C cable, you know, just to use in case anything goes wrong with my with the USB-C cable that I'm using on my PlayStation 5 system. So yeah, it serves its purpose. I use this to connect if I want to use my I'm also going to keep this in case I want to use my DualSense on my computer. So yeah, so that's pretty good. Now let's talk about my newest controller that I recently picked up as well. This is the Raiju Tournament Edition controller. The Razer Raiju Tournament Edition is what it's called in full. And this is one of them pro controller things that usually costed like large amounts of money, and they had some of those many things that other pro controllers have been talking about for a long while, like these back buttons here. But this one is so unique. It has 2 back buttons right here, and it has 2 more back buttons right here. Right here. So this is one of the most unique set I've seen, and it connects on PC as well as the PlayStation 4 as well. It's got like a little knob there to tell you what you want to connect it to, and it has got like a USB cable right there, so it looks pretty good. No, sorry. The mini USB, that's it. It's got a mini USB right there that connects inside there. And then there's also this little dongle thing. That I gotta let loose here. Yep. There we go. So now it's free. So that's it. And so that's which connects through USB, so I can use it wired, or optionally I can use it wirelessly. Now, I need some help with this thing. I've been told that these back buttons here, or multifunctional buttons here, can only be set up using the Raiju mobile app. So you can set up the multifunction buttons on there. Because I tried installing like an emulator or something for the Android emulator app thing to try and emulate setting up the Raiju Tournament Edition controller onto the thing, so I can set up the controls, but nothing worked. And I don't have a mobile phone device to set this thing up, to set the multi-functioning buttons. The controller works. I mean, I gave it a quick test on my PlayStation 5. The controller works. The PlayStation 5 picks up the controller, and I was able to set it up on the PS5, no problem. Just I can't get these back buttons to work. And I think it needs the mobile phone app to get these things working. And I have no... And yeah, I'm completely in the dark here. But if you know of a way to set up the multifunction back buttons on PC without needing the the app, I would like to know of an easier way to set up the back buttons on this controller, because I really would like to set up the back buttons on this thing. And I recently exchanged one of my old PlayStation pads for this, so I really want to get this pad working, functioning perfectly if I can. Or if not, I'll likely just get help from my brothers to see if they got they can use their mobile phones to to help me set the back buttons on this controller app. And I really need this, and I really need help getting this pad set up. So yeah. But other than that, this controller is great. It feels comfortable. The buttons are very responsive and clicky. I like how the clickiness of this controller feels. Like, it really feels good. I really can't wait to get into getting this controller sorted out. But other than that, I just gotta wait until I can get some help setting up the back buttons. So anyway, I'm happy with but for now I'm happy with this purchase. So that is all I purchased for January 2020, January 2025. And I know it's been late making this video because, I've been busy and I've been dealing with my PlayStation 5 games. I've been dealing with the PlayStation Plus games on the PS5. I've been dealing with life. I've been dealing with top 10s, stuff. Like, I recently completed all the top 10 best, worst, and most disappointing games of 2024. And I recently did the anticipated games of 2025 and the games of 2025 that I'm not looking forward to. So hopefully soon I'll eventually get back to doing more top 10 work and start finishing up the Game Boy Color and Game Boy Advance top 10 best and worst for those. And eventually start getting back into the routines of game reviews and other stuff that I want to do. And also in the meantime, I also do want to take some time to also start saving up for other accessories for the PlayStation 5 that I would like to get my hands on. I need to get my hands on a second DualSense controller, which I know those are going to be very expensive. I'm going to need a new stand, like a vertical stand or something from a PlayStation 5. And I've been finding like a couple, and I found a couple, but I want to find which one is the best and recommended one I should get for my PS5. So yeah. Yeah, and also some new thumb grips for the my controllers, like these ones here. Like, these are the best ones I've found so far. These are my favorite ones I've found so far, and I would like to get more sets of these for future. So yeah, and I also want to, make some bit of room. I'm tossing out some of the old junk I got that I don't use anymore, so I can save up for all kinds of other new stuff. And like I said, get a spare USB-C cable to USB-C cable in case anything happens, and think about some other things that might benefit me for the PS5. So yeah, so that is going to do for this video. I hope you all enjoyed this short video of me talking about some of the shit that I got and other stuff on my PlayStation 4 and 5 and Game Boy Advance. So I hope to see you all in future, and take care of yourselves. Give it a comment, like, and subscribe. Let me know what you think of some of these other games that you got. What you think of all the stuff I've shown you. And I'll see you all in the next video. Bye.